If I could show you a single moment that quietly drains more money than most people realize, it wouldn't be Saturday night. It would be the few hours right after you get paid, because there's a psychological trap that hits on payday, and it can spend your weekend budget before the weekend even begins. And the crazy part is, it doesn't feel like a mistake. It feels like a reward. So if you've ever looked at your account on Sunday and thought, how did that happen? This video will change how you see your brain and your money. Welcome to Money Mindset Lab. Today we're talking about payday dopamine, the reason you overspend before the weekend starts. And I'm not going to tell you to just be disciplined. That advice fails because it ignores how your brain works. Instead, I'll show you what payday does to your decision making, why willpower collapses at the worst time, and a simple system that protects your money automatically. Let's start with a story that's probably familiar. It's payday. Your paycheck hits your bank account. You see the number. And in that moment, something shifts. Not in your bank account. In your brain. You feel lighter, safer, more confident. You're not thinking rent, bills, goals. You're thinking, finally. And that feeling, finally, is exactly what makes payday dangerous, because your brain wants to keep that feeling going. So it starts making suggestions. Small suggestions. Reasonable suggestions. You worked hard. Get a nice coffee. Order food tonight. Upgrade the plan. Buy something small just to celebrate. And you say yes, not once, but again and again. And by the time the weekend actually arrives, your money is already tired. Here's the first big idea. Payday overspending is rarely one massive purchase. It's a chain reaction of small yeses, a coffee, a snack, a delivery fee, a limited time deal, a why not purchase. Each one feels harmless, but together they create a pattern. Payday becomes a spending event. So the question is, why does payday flip that switch? To understand that, we need to talk about dopamine. Dopamine is often called the pleasure chemical, but that's not the best way to understand it. Dopamine is the anticipation chemical. It spikes when your brain expects a reward, when it senses opportunity, when it feels like something good is about to happen. That's why dopamine rises before you eat, not after. Before you buy, not after. Before you win, not after you win. So on payday, dopamine spikes because your brain anticipates freedom, options, comfort, and status. And that anticipation pushes you toward fast rewards, not because you're weak, because your brain is doing what it was built to do. Now here's what makes payday unique. Payday doesn't just add money, it changes your perception of money. When your balance is low, your brain is cautious. When your balance looks bigger, your brain relaxes. And when your brain relaxes, your rules loosen. You start thinking, it's fine, I deserve it, I'll save later, I'll make it up. This is a real phenomenon. Your brain treats money differently, depending on context. It's called mental accounting. Payday money feels new. It feels separate, like it's extra, even when it's not extra at all. Because that money already has jobs, rent, bills, debt, goals, savings, emergencies. But dopamine doesn't care about your spreadsheet. Dopamine cares about right now. And there's another reason payday is a trap, because payday often comes with a timeline. Weekend is coming. Social plans are forming. Everyone is inviting you out. Your phone is full of ads for treat yourself upgrades. So your brain connects payday to celebration, and suddenly you're not budgeting, you're performing a ritual. Payday becomes the emotional start of the weekend, which means the weekend spending starts early. Thursday night, Friday afternoon, before you've even decided what you want the weekend to be. Now let's talk about why willpower fails at this exact moment, because most people think the solution is, I just need to be more disciplined, but discipline is not a constant. It's a resource. Willpower is like a battery. It drains as you make decisions all day. Work decisions, life decisions, food decisions, social decisions, stress decisions. By the time payday arrives, you're not fully charged. You're tired. You're ready for relief. You're ready for comfort. So your brain chooses the fastest comfort it can find. Convenience, delivery, shopping, small treats. And that's why payday spending doesn't feel like a bad choice. It feels like relief. You're not buying the item. You're buying the feeling. So what do we do? How do we stop payday dopamine from controlling our weekend? Here's the good news. You don't need perfect self-control. You need a system that acts before your emotions do. This is the payday dopamine system. 2 steps. Simple, boring, effective. Step 1. Pay yourself first, automatically. The moment you get paid, money should move, not because you decided in the moment, but because it's scheduled. A fixed amount goes to savings, investing, or debt payoff, whatever your priority is. Because if you wait until you feel ready, you won't feel ready. Automation protects you from your future mood. Let me say that again. Automation protects you from your future mood. And here's an important detail. Start small. Most people fail because they start too big. They set an unrealistic amount, then cancel it. The first time life gets uncomfortable. So start with an amount that feels almost too easy, even $10, even 1%. Because the goal is not just money. The goal is identity. When you save automatically, you become someone who saves, and that identity compounds. Step 2. Set one spending boundary before the weekend. Not 10 rules, not an entire budget overhaul. One boundary, because boundaries reduce decision fatigue, and decision fatigue is what dopamine exploits. Here are 3 boundaries that work for real people. Pick one. Option A, a weekend spending cap. You choose a number, 50, 100, whatever fits. When it's done, upgrades are done. Option B, the one treat rule. You can buy one fun thing this weekend. Coffee counts, delivery counts, shopping counts. 1. Option C, a separate weekend account or card. Move your weekend money into it. When that account hits 0, you stop. The point isn't restriction. The point is clarity. You're not trying to be strong. You're trying to remove decisions when you're excited. Now, let's make this real with an example, because systems feel better when you can picture them. Imagine it's payday Thursday and Friday night. You have plans. Without a system, you show up already overspent because Thursday night you ordered food. Friday morning you grabbed coffee. Friday afternoon you picked up one thing, and by the time dinner happens, your weekend budget is already half gone. With a system, your savings moved on payday, and you already set your boundary. So you can enjoy dinner without that quiet anxiety in the back of your mind, without the Sunday regret. You don't have to cancel your life to build wealth. You just have to stop letting dopamine decide your life. Now I'm going to give you one tool that takes 10 seconds, and it can save you from most impulse spending. Before any payday purchase, ask this question. Am I buying value, or am I buying a feeling? Be honest. If it's value, great. If it's a feeling, pause, because feelings are expensive. Most impulse spending is not about the product. It's about relief. Stress relief, boredom relief, reward relief. So name the feeling, then choose a cheaper way to meet the need first. A walk, a shower, a playlist, a short reset, and if you still want the purchase tomorrow, it becomes a real decision, not a reaction. Here's something else most people don't realize. Payday spending often happens because you haven't decided what matters. If your money has no plan, your emotions write the plan. So give your money a job, give your weekend a boundary, and give your brain a pause. That's it. Payday. Dopamine doesn't disappear, but you can control it by controlling the system around it. Now let's do a quick experiment together. I want you to try this on your next payday. Just one weekend. Step 1. Automate a small transfer immediately. Step 2. Set one weekend spending boundary. Step 3. Use the 10-second question before any extra purchase. Then on Sunday, compare 2 things, your balance and your stress level. Most people are shocked, not just by the money saved, but by the calm they feel. Because calm is a form of wealth. And before we close, I want to say this clearly. If you've struggled with payday overspending, you are not broken. You're human. Your brain is doing what it's trained to do, but you can train it differently. With tiny systems, with small boundaries, with simple experiments. If this video helped you, subscribe to Money Mindset Lab. Every week we break down money psychology and build habits that actually stick. And comment your biggest payday trigger. Is it food delivery, online shopping, or going out? Because in the next video, we're exposing another brain trick that steals your money, the discount trap. See you there.